So in this video, we'll be looking at how you can have your project added to GitHub. And so remember, this will be for our case helpful, as we would want to have our files uploaded uh, for our assignments, and even maybe in case you come up with your project, you need to know this information. So I'll click here on this icon to have the main menu appear. And so what I want to look for is VCS, that's version control system. And I go for this option, which is enable version control integration. So once I have that enabled, it will ask me to select a version control system to associate with your application. My application is called Smart App. I'll choose Git, then I'll say OK. So it will start enabling Git. I'll just have to be a bit patient, and then I'll proceed to the next. So having that completed, I'll come here and project, I'll select that, and then I'll come here and choose, instead of Android, because Android is what we're seeing Android application. Now we want to see it in a different kind of view or mode. We have the packages kind of view mode, and now what we basically want to focus on is the project mode. Though, just so that you may be able to understand, apart from packages, there are all these other view modes, but just let's focus on our project mode for us to be able to add our application or upload our application to GitHub. So let me right click this folder. What I'm trying to say is that we must right click this main folder or directory. And so I'm going to right click that, and then I'm going to scroll down and come to Git. So when I come to Git, I want to commit this directory. So as I click that, it will tell me that these are the changes that have happened, and there are some unversioned files right here. So I'm just going to select here to select all the unversioned files, and then I'm going to put a commit message. So the commit message, I'll write Android programming lesson. I'll say first lesson. So then I'm going to click commit. Another way is you can click commit and push. So it will commit first, then you will be able to instantly have an option open, a dialog box open for you to push, that is pushing or uploading to the GitHub website or servers. So let me just click commit instead. So Android programming first lesson. So here we have it saying adding files to the version control system. So it has been successful. Oh wait, still committing. All right, it has been successful. So it's just doing some little analysis rather. And so now I just want to hide this because we no longer need it. We've been able to commit successfully. And so now we had here an option earlier, which was VCS, but now that we enabled version control system, or version control rather, integration, it has changed, and we can see this branch of master, the Git branch called master. So once I click on that, I can be able to see some options. I can see commit, which we did earlier, and then I can see push. So let's just wait. Okay, we can leave this. So let us click on push. And then what I want to do is I want to define remote. This is the URL that we want to store our GitHub. We want to store our application to on GitHub. So to get it, we have to come here on our GitHub, you log in, and then I'm going to go under repositories, and then I'll quickly click on new repository. So let me say, remember that our application is called Smart App. So let me write Smart App. But do remember that you must know that this repository name must have the same name as the directory of your application. So if I was to go and see the directory that has this Android Studio project, I'll go on Android Studio projects, I'll see that this application is under the Smart App folder. So I am actually using the correct repository name. If I don't use the correct repository name, there will be conflicts during upload or even other situations like getting the repository from GitHub. So, okay, so I'm going to write the first, in our description, I'm going to write the first lesson for Android programming. With, okay, let me leave that. Let me keep it to that. The first lesson for Android programming. So this is under public. I'll leave it as that, and I won't need to add any of this. I'll say create repository. So the repository has been created. So now what I want to do to add this URL here, I have to come here and copy this URL. So I can quickly just click this, and so the URL should be copied. And then after that, I'll come and paste it right there under the URL. And so I'll say OK. So it will. All right then. So now we are ready to push our application to GitHub. It's still saying that there's some checks still in progress, but we're just going to say push anyway. And so we shall start pushing our Android application. So as we are trying to push our Android application to GitHub, we either have to log in via GitHub or use token. I prefer to use the token. So what I'm going to do, I'll come here under settings, sorry. So in settings, I'll scroll down and I'll go under developer settings. So once I'm in developer settings, I'll go for the personal access tokens, and then I'll click tokens classics. So under tokens classic, I have a token which I created that has no expiration date. And so what I want to do is actually create a new token. So let me click this token. So just coming back a bit here, I click on generate new token, and then I'll click generate new token classic, that is for general use. And so I'll write I'll call it Android programming token. That is for me. So I can be able to set this token up to any number of days for expiry, or you can even set an expiration as I did for one token. But usually what people tend to do is set it as close as possible to expiration so that they can redo it again. So let me say for 30 days, given that we'll be within 30 days covering Android programming. Then I'll select the scopes as follows. I'll select repo, and I'll select read org under admin org, and then I will select gist. So once that is done, I will generate token. So my token is ready. I can just come here and copy it. Let me come here and paste it. And then once that is ready, I can now just click on login. And then I should be able to push my Android project to GitHub. So let's just be patient. And yes, we have been able to push our Android project. So as I come to my repositories, I'll be able to see the Android application I've uploaded. So when I click that, I should be able to see the code of my Android application.